Blah, 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 blah. What are you even saying? You talk so much, you can't even hear what's being said right in front of you. Ever tried just listening? Would you even know how to? Because it's not just people you do this with. You do this with everything. Life keeps showing you things, but you're so consumed with your own words about it, you miss it all. Then you act surprised and confused when you keep having to learn everything the hard way. But the answer wasn't missing, the warning wasn't hidden, and the truth wasn't that complicated. You were just too loud, too distracted, and too full of your own noise to ever receive what was already right there. And when I say listen more, I'm not only talking about being quiet. Yeah, that is part of it, of course, but that's not all of it. Listening means receiving information before rushing to react. It means paying attention without immediately trying to control, explain, judge, or dismiss what's right in front of you. It means letting reality speak before your ego explains it. Because listening is not passive. It takes awareness and discipline. It takes enough humility to admit you might not already understand what something is showing you. Real listening is observation. It's attention and presence. It's the ability to slow down long enough to notice what's actually happening in words, behavior, your environment, your results, and through the situations you keep finding yourself in. Because everything is giving feedback when you're paying attention. And if you can't receive that feedback, you're simply not listening. You're just moving through life making noise. Now bring that into the way you deal with people, because a lot of what you need to know is already being said. You just miss it because you're too busy deciding how you're going to respond. Someone tells you how they feel, and instead of hearing them, you start building your defense. Someone shows you who they are, and instead of paying attention, you start explaining it away. Someone avoids accountability, changes their story, dismisses your concern, or keeps showing you the same side of themselves, and yet somehow you still act surprised later. That's how clear signals become lessons you only understand after the damage is done. That's not because nothing was communicated. Oh, it was. You just weren't listening. You heard the sounds, but you missed the message. And if you keep doing that, simply put, you'll just never fully understand people. You'll only understand the version of them you created while they were speaking. Now, look at your environment, because your surroundings are speaking too. The room you keep waking up in, the people you keep placing yourself around, the distractions you keep leaving within reach, and the routines shaping your day, all of it is telling you something. If a forensics team was to examine the room you wake up in, what would they conclude about you? Certainly not what you claim. What would the evidence say? Because your environment is you extended into the space around you. It shows you all the things you make easy and all the things you make difficult. It shows you what you tolerate and what keeps getting your attention. But if you never stop to observe it, you'll keep acting like life feels random. And it's not always random. Sometimes your setup is making the same choices easier to fall back into. And instead of listening to that, you blame yourself for struggling inside a system you never questioned, adjusted, or took responsibility for. How about your results? Take a look at them, because results speak in a way excuses can't. Your body is showing you something. Your money is showing you something. Your relationships, yep, they're showing you something too. Your progress, your energy, your discipline, your habits, and your stagnation are all showing you something. Not to shame you, to inform you. But the moment your results make you uncomfortable, you start negotiating with them. You soften what they're pointing at because the truth would demand something from you. And that's where listening has to become honest, because results don't care about the story you tell yourself. They don't argue with you. They just sit there as evidence. They reflect what's been practiced, avoided, protected, or neglected. So before you explain them away, you could listen to them, because they may be showing you exactly where your attention needs to go next. Say less, not for the sake of silence, for clarity and wisdom. Because the more you rush to speak, the less space you leave for understanding. You miss what someone actually said or what your environment was revealing. So what your results are making obvious just gets explained away. By the time you finally notice, the message has already become a consequence. That's what happens when you keep talking over what life is trying to show you. The quiet signs get ignored. The obvious signs get justified. Eventually and inevitably, the lesson learned is even harder. That is why listening matters. It lets you see the truth before you have a chance to manipulate it. Because what you ignore doesn't disappear. It waits for you. And the moment you finally listen, it becomes part of how you awaken and evolve.